Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone. And peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, America Will Be Invaded. America will be invaded. And I'm not going to make this too long, just a quick hit through the power and the spirit of YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal yumla alahayana wa Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. And I want to get to this quick article, but and this is coming. I'm doing this lesson off the comment board, and you know, somebody wanted me to go into the scriptures where it's telling you America is going to be invaded. Now we know biblically, because the Lord is going off biblical speech, man. America, it don't say America in the Bible. You know, this place is known as the land of the north, or Basra or Babylon. You know, these cities. Just like right now, you know, this place is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, the virgin daughter of Babylon. You see, they totally, those places in the past, they just like Egypt and Babylon, they were powerful. They had powerful military. They were rich, great cities. You know, just like America today, man, but they despised the Lord. They were doing all wicked manner of wickedness, man. And they were oppressing the Lord's people. And that's the same thing. But right now we are on the Lord told you the 4 kingdoms, man. You know, that Babylon, the Medo-Persia, the Greece, and we're on the last kingdom, the 4th kingdom. There would be 4 kingdoms, and we're on the last leg, which is the revival of the Roman Empire. And this is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They are in rulership right now. They dictate policy. They control all the government policies. They're at the head of the EU and UN Council, all of that. The Lord told you, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, man. You see? And the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Their pride, these white Americans, these Edomites, their pride, man. They're proudful. There's no way they think that, you know, this place, America, will ever be invaded or harmed. You know, the Lord is long suffering, man. He lets you go all the way through, but your sins have reached unto heaven. You're turning little boys into little girls. You're turning little girls into little boys. You've totally abused and tortured and murdered the Lord's people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You know, Israel, the tribes, man, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you're the most imprisoned in this country. You make up all the pretty much the prison, the federal maximum state security prisons and county jails, and you live all in the hoods and ghettos. You know, you've been oppressed, man. The first to get fired, the last to get hired. But the Lord told you that Esau was going to drink of that cup. Israel, the tribes we had to drink of that cup because our forefathers went off. But the Lord is righteous, man. He's righteous. And you even have Esau, Edom, these Edomites, some of them coming out, and they even know what is going on and how you know, the so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native American Indians have been oppressed, and it ain't right. It ain't right. So, you know, you're going to pay for that. You're going to pay for that. And your time is up. And this place, the Lord is going to do, this place, America, will never, ever be inhabitable ever again. This is the last days of America. And there's some proud Americans, Edomites, that just don't believe this. But like the Lord say, those that don't believe, you're going to die in your non-belief. So, you know, but let me get to the script. Let me get this quick article real quick. It says the U.S. Coast Guard is carefully monitoring a Russian warship prowling the waters off the Hawaiian Islands. It says the U.S. Coast Guard announced Thursday that it is tracking a suspected Russian ship sailing off the coast of Hawaii in recent weeks. It's been out there. And you got Russian warships out there on the West Coast, out here on the Pacific, the West Coast, out there on the East Coast. You know, you got Russian and China, spies and stuff down there at the Mexican border. You know, it says, and up there, Russia is up there in that Canada and, you know, Alaska and out there. You know, America is surrounded, man. This place is going to be invaded. Not only is it going to be invaded by men, but it's going to be invaded by the Alahayim, which is happening right now. It's going to be an invasion amongst the Alahayim, the angels that are in those so-called UFOs. They are invading this place right now. The Lord told you this be the curse that goeth over the whole earth, and it must enter into the house of the thief. Esau, Edom they have invaded these countries. Ultimately, here in America, you have raped, robbed, and stole this country. And this is why the Lord said these so-called UFOs, these angels, man, that are in those UFOs, those vehicles, the chariots, is going to enter into the house of the thief. These so-called white folks have stole this land, man. It says, man, you're finished. It says the Pentagon said the ship is in international waters and behaving professionally. But what could it be looking for? It says, I can speak to why the Russians are sailing the ship. It says, I can't speak to why the Russians are sailing the ship right now. It's kind of precarious timing, said Pentagon spokesman Sabrina Singh. The Coast Guard believes it may not just be any ship, but instead a vessel. The Coast Guard said is believed to be in an intelligence gathering ship. In other words, a spy ship. Right. You were in a time of war. Because this place is surrounded. And they're not going to just do some type of what's that movie, Pearl Harbor? They're not finna invade like that, man. They're moving strategic. You see, because the Lord he's putting the spirit, he's dealing with that Russia. Because he's going to use the Russians, the Medes, what biblically turns is to spearhead this war, man. And that's what he's doing right now. He's dealing with those Russians. He's going to use Mother Russia to spearhead this war. You see? And those Russians, they're all you American, you white Americans, and them Russians, them white Russians, you're all the same people. The Israelis, those Jewish, you know, out there in Israel, calling themselves the Jewish and Israelis, the white Americans, the white Russians, you are all the same. The Spaniards, the French, the British, the Dutch, you are all Edomites, man. You're all Edomites. You are the same people. And the Lord told you that he was going to set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight. This is part of the curses, man. These curses are coming off of Israel and onto you other nations. Ultimately, Esau, Edom, the so-called white folks. See? So those spy ships are out there surrounding America right now. They're telling you. So let's get to the scriptures. It says, let's go to Psalm 24. Psalm 24 and 8. And it reads, who is the King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty. The Lord strong and mighty. The Lord mighty in battle. The Lord, he's mighty in battle. It tells you that, what is that? Exodus 15 and 3. In Exodus, that the Lord is a man of war. We're going in, there's going to be World War III, man. We're going into the war of all wars, the greatest war that's ever been fought, man. The greatest war to ever be fought in America. Babylon is going to lose this one, because this is thus said the Lord. See? But it says, who is the King of glory? YAHAWAH BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. The Lord strong and mighty. The Lord mighty in battle. The Lord wants war, man. He's mighty in battle. And ultimately over there in that valley of Jehoshaphat, you know, he's gathering all the nations, and they're going to be right there in that valley of decision, the valley of judgment, and he's going to judge the nations, man. He's going to come back with the Elohim, and they're going to slaughter all these militaries of the world, man. All of them. America military is out of there. Don't stand a chance against these UFOs, the Elohim, the angels, and YAHAWAH BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. You don't stand a chance. But this place is going to be invaded by foreign troops and also by the angels. You see? The Lord said this place, America, is going to be destroyed in 1 hour, man. 1 hour. 200 million missiles are going to hit this place. Let's go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel, because this is future prophecy. And this is the really the main scripture right here, man. That is telling you that they're going to invade this place. It says Ezekiel 38. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but it says Ezekiel 38 and 1. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, 2, son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach, them Russians, and Tubal, and prophesy against him. 3, and say, thus said the Lord, thus said the Lord, YAHAWAH BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. That the prince Meshach and Tubal, that's them Russians, man. That's the Russians. 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. What's armor? The war gear. Even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. And this is what they're doing. They're preparing for battle. China, Iran, Russia, North Korea, all of these countries, man. It says, I'll hop down to 7. It says, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company, that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. This is why Iran is going to go. Iran and Israel are going to fight. They're going to war, man. And America is going to be pulled right into this war. And Russia and Iran and China, they're all backed. That BRICS is backing them. All these countries, man. Russia is backing these countries. The Iran, the Chinas, the Brazil, all these different little countries. They're backing. Because they're going to come at this place. Is the land of Israel and the land of America, and a lot of the parts of these lands across the world are going to be destroyed. It says, 8, after many days thou shalt be visited in the latter years. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely of them. It says, 9, thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land. Thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. See, Russia is coming with all these different countries, man. There are these warplanes, these warships. You know, this place is finished. America is finished. It says, this is the invasion coming. It says, thus said the Lord YAHAWAHSHI, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. This is the point. And 11, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. America is these unwalled villages. There's no, they're proud. This can never happen. You know, there's no weapon, invasion. Our defense system, people are partying and, right in the midst of the famine, the war, everything that's going on, people are marrying. I just watched the news the other day, and they were talking about how over the weekend, 240 couples got married. In the midst of all this, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. Call Allah Yahweh Shemel. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah. That's the invasion. But what's going to happen when they invade this place? When you have these foreign troops storming this place, what's going to happen? It says Isaiah 13 and 15. Isaiah 13 and 15. And it reads, everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. 16, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. They're not going to spare nothing. These foreign troops, when they invade this country, America, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. Huh? You see? These troops they're gonna kill your children and they're gonna rape your wives. This is the invasion that's coming to America. 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes, the Russians, against them. Who's them? Babylon. America. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver as for gold. They shall not delight in it. They're not going to want your money, your gold, your treasure. They coming for blood. See? Big bad America. You're just reckless, wanton. Now in these Babylonian, these Americans are going to try to, this is what I have. They're not going, them Russians and these foreign troops, they're not going to want that, man. It says, 18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare the children. There's no mercy coming. It says 19, I'll close out with this. In Babylon, America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when YAHAWAHSHI overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. This place is finished, man. America will be invaded. You're going to lose this World War III. Shalom.